Hi! I thought it'd be interesting to go through my mangas and animes. I've given you a brief overview of my shelves, so now I'm going to take a book from each set and give a little lowdown of what I think. First one is The Ancient Magnus Bride. Absolutely love the art style. I really love mangas that are sort of comedy romance. I'm still collecting this one at the moment. Love it. Thoroughly recommend it. The Girl from the Other Side. This story hasn't finished yet. They're just making this into a series or a movie, I believe. So that's going to be great. This is quite dark. It's got some innocence in it, but it's quite a dark story. The art style is also really pretty. Strawberry Panic. This is the complete manga collection in one book. Just a bunch of school students in an all-girls school. Got some comedy, but it's more aimed at the romance. This is just a very cute one. So, Gacha. This Geisha. This one's a very old one by Tokyo Pop, but it's about some high school students, romance and comedy, and just sort of coming of age, and people learning about themselves. So this is quite a good story, not complicated. So this one I recommend. Alice 19th, another one about just a bunch of school students. One of the students has some powers, magical powers and that. This is another one about coming of age and very sweet. Quite a quick story. There was only 7 books in this series, but if you can pick these ones up, then yeah, thoroughly recommend it. Tokyo Mew Mew, just a very colourful, bright, cute world about a girl and some other girls that have magical powers that transform, and it's just a very cute story. Another one, if you can pick up secondhand, very, very good. But it's not a deep story or anything, it's just fun and cute. Negama, absolutely love this set. I haven't completed the set yet. I'm finding it very difficult to find some of the books for a good price. There's some ridiculous prices out there. I think it went up to 38, so I'm missing a few in my set, but this is about a 10-year-old boy, Negama, who goes to a school and literally is the teacher of a whole class of girls, and each of them becomes magic and lots of battles and that, but this one is one of my absolute all-time favourites. Anyone that loves sort of card captors or love Hina, definitely recommend this one. This is one of my all-time favourites. Love it so much. Brilliant. Paradise Kiss. This is about some sort of young adults that want to go into the fashion industry, and they pick up a high school student off the street to become their model, and it's sort of about the fashion world and that, and a group of friends. It's a quick story. I believe they only did 5 books. I've got all the books, but this one is an oldie but a goodie. Pet Shop of Horrors. This one's a very old one. I didn't realise up until book 7, I didn't realise they did a few more books after this, but actually trying to find them now for a decent price is absolutely impossible. This is literally about a store owner and a detective that goes in to ask some questions, and he sort of gets wrapped up in the world of the store owner who owns a store that sort of basically any of your wishes come true in that, but I won't do any sort of too many spoilers or anything, but it's lovely. There's some comedy elements in it as well, but the storylines are really, really interesting. Dramacon, very cute, sort of about love and difference. There wasn't many in this series. There was only 3 books made, but it's just a cute little rom-com about a couple meeting at a cosplay convention, and it's just fun, really fun, but it's got some serious moments in there, so it's just a cute little quick read. Hack GU, I mean, absolutely love Hack. I don't know many people that don't. So I've got Hack GU and I've got the Legend of Twilight mangas. I've also got some light novels as well, but I'm not really into light novels. I tend to like mangas better. I just sort of like the art. So with light novels you don't get that. So these are the light novels that I have. These are 2 light novels I have for Hack. I've got AI Buster and AI Buster 2. I'm not really into light novels. I like more manga because I like the art style and that, which you obviously don't get in light novels. For Hack, these are the 3 Hack series I've got. Hack Legend of Twilight, Hack GU+, and Hack. Absolutely love them. I've also got the DVD of them, which is very, very funny, very cute, and it was one of my first ever purchases for manga. Cardcaptor Sakura, only got a couple of these books. I have so many different series of Cardcaptor that trying to find the rest of these ones at some affordable prices is absolutely impossible, so I'm not sure I'll ever be able to finish this one, but you never know, I might be able to if I'm lucky. But I used to watch Cardcaptor Sakura on TV after school, and that absolutely fell in love with the art style and everything about her life, so this is a good one. This is XXX Holic. I only have a couple of these books. Wasn't really my style. It was quite slow. I love anything by Clamp because of the art and that, but I just found this one not really to my taste. It was just a little bit too slow for me. Cardcaptor Sakura clear cards. I have 4 in the set. My husband got them for me for Christmas a couple years back, and as you know, I love anything to do with Cardcaptor, so I haven't finished this, but I am planning to. Chobits, another oldie but goodie from Clamp. This is basically about Persicons that are basically robots, and this is sort of a coming of age, sort of innocent romance book storyline. There's a lot of comedy in there. There's a couple of quite dark moments, but they're fine. Nothing terrible. But the art style is absolutely incredible. And as I've said before, I love anything by Clamp. So yeah, this one is an absolute must for anyone that loves rom-coms or Clamp. If you can pick these up, definitely do. Cardcaptor Sakura, this was my first ever set of manga that I bought. I happened across them, never knew what manga was, knew that I loved Cardcaptors from the TV series, bought these, and then that's sort of when my collection started. Absolutely love it, love the story, love the art style, love everything about Cardcaptors. Just look at that, it's a giant teddy bear. Tsubasa, there's an awful lot in the series. I've got up to number 19. I obviously love it because it's Clamp and that. The story started getting quite confusing, so I didn't carry on with them because obviously they were pre-orders and that, but because the story got quite confusing, I sort of dropped this, which I regret. I want to get the rest of them, but I need to reread from book 1 so I can sort of get back into the story. And Fady Flowright is my absolute favourite character. Love him to bits. Love Hina, another one by Tokyo Pop. Absolutely love it. This is a rom-com. As I've said for Negama, if you love Negama, you'll love Hina. If you love Hina, you'll love Negama. Cute, just a load of girls that live in sort of a boarding house together, and a young guy comes to be the caretaker from his family that owns it, and it's just lots of adventures, funs, rom-com. It's cute, funny, lots of sort of stories with each of the characters of their own difficulties and everything. This is an absolute must. I love it to bits. It's one of my favourites. I think this was my second manga I ever collected, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. Negama again, but this is the omnibus series. I bought the set second hand, and they are just, I read mangas really quickly, which most do because it's basically comics, so when I'm out and about or travelling, these are really handy because they're sort of 2 to 3 books in one. They're quite chunky, but they're definitely a lot easier to carry around than it is to carry multiple mangas around. So, love Negima. Sword Art Online. I don't know many people that aren't into manga and anime that don't have some sort of Sword Art Online. This is the this is the Phantom Bullet series, which obviously I've seen on Netflix. Absolutely love it. But sometimes with mangas, rather than the sort of TV series, you get a little bit more story and details in the mangas, so usually it's better to pick up the mangas so you don't miss some important bits of the story. I've got Girls Ops, which is literally just about the Sword Art Online female characters all teaming up and going on adventures and that. It's very fun, very cute. This is definitely a series that I want to continue. They hadn't brought any more out a couple of years ago or last year, so I want to have a look at that again and revisit to see if they've brought any more out, because this is one I definitely want to continue. This is Sword Art Online Fairy Dance. This is basically, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, cute. Sword Art Online, love anything to do with it, but I love anything to do with sort of fairies and pixies and everything. So this is definitely one, and you know, with a unique relationship going on and everything, this is definitely one to pick up. Princess AI, I think there was 4 in the set. I only have 3. I don't have number 1. This is an old one, which you can usually pick up really cheap, so it doesn't really say much. Some people like this. I personally didn't like it. Just about a woman who's sort of got a rock star lifestyle, but it wasn't for me really. But I continued reading it just because of the art, simply because of that. But not too much to say on this one, unfortunately. I'm not sure how to pronounce this properly. Yotzuba. This is literally about a child and a load of school students. This is literally all comedy. Absolutely super cute art style, but it's literally her daily life and all the adventures she has with her super cool dad, and this is her going to school with a load of other girls who are so much taller, so much bigger, so much more mature. This is maybe not this one. She's not that great. she's pretty brainless, but so much fun. This is really cute. I've also got the DVD of this, so if I feel a bit low or just want to laugh, I definitely watch this. This is definitely one to watch. 7 Deadly Sins. Absolutely adore this. I watched this on Netflix with my husband. We absolutely love it. The thing with the Netflix series is they seem to miss out some things that's in the manga, which tends to happen quite often. So I picked this up so I could just get any lore or extra story that they'd missed out, any little details. So this one, yeah, I bought literally to go hand in hand with the TV series. Final Fantasy, you'll see later in my collection one day. I am a big fan of Final Fantasy, play online, have all the games. This is the Type 0 manga, which is an excellent game, quite underrated by a lot of people. This is the manga that goes with it. It's just so I could get, again, background on everything. And I love the characters in Type 0, so I just wanted to delve a bit deeper into the story of them all and the background of them all as students. Oops, this is another Sword Art Online progression. This isn't the light novel, this is also a manga. Totally forgot about that one. Oops. Three Collars Kingdom. There was only 3 in this set, I believe. Well, I have 3. It's basically about cats that look like humans. That sort of, one of them runs away from their family and they become free collars, and it's just about their adventures. But the art style is super cute. The story's okay, but the art is absolutely so adorable. This is an oldie but a goodie, so if you can pick this up, definitely worth it. Beyond the Beyond, I believe there was only 4 in this set, which I have 4. I can't really remember much about this, so that's not a good start. I think it's about a girl that comes from a different world, and a boy meets her, boy meets girl, goes on adventures. Just cute little manga, but I don't remember much about it, so that usually says to me that it's I don't know, it depends what you're into, but yeah, obviously I didn't think much of that one. This one, I don't think I pronounced this properly. Cafe Kichiju? I've probably just butchered that completely. I only have 1 book of this. This is pretty hard to get hold of. It's basically about a load of young men that sort of run a bakery, I think, or they're waiters in a bakery, and it's sort of the everyday lives working together. I kind of really need to look into this again, because I think this could be a really good one, but I'm not sure how far they went with this or if it was just a one-off. But it was based off of a series, so if you like the series and you didn't know the mangas were there, they are. More instruments. This is a young adult novel, but they turned it also into a manga. I picked up this from a bookshop a couple weekends ago just to see what the hype was about. They didn't have number 1, so I've picked up number 2, so I've actually yet to read any of this because I don't want to until I pick up number 1. But I heard such good things about the novels that I thought I'd give the mangas a go, because that's more my style. So I'll update you on that one once I get number 1. Witch Hat Atelier, very Studio Ghibli style, about a young girl that's starting to train as a witch, and even in book 1, the story is quite fast paced, and there was quite a lot of adventure just in story 1. Art style amazing, so beautiful. Absolutely adore the characters. This is definitely one I want to carry on with. As far as I know, they're already up to book 3, I think, on this one. but I couldn't get any more because I ran out of space at my old house. I've now recently moved with my husband into a bigger place, and I have my own room dedicated to office and manga workspace and everything. So this one I can continue to collect. So this one's next on my list to pick up. Grand Blue Fantasy. I saw this on YouTube because they're making a game, a PlayStation game about it. Absolutely loved what I saw on the game, then on the trailers. Then I happened upon it on Netflix, so again I picked up this so I could pair it with what I was seeing on Netflix, because they miss quite a bit from mangas sometimes. Love the art style. Girl with some sort of powers that meets a young guy who's trained to be sort of a knight and that. Go on adventures to basically save the world. Pretty generic storyline, but the art and the world and the characters look amazing. I can't wait for the game. I love the Netflix series, so if you want to pair this with the Netflix series and get some background story before the PlayStation game drops, this is definitely one to get. Children of the Whales. I love so much with all my heart. I saw it on Netflix. I watched it season 1. I love everything about it. I love the unique storyline, them living on islands that move, and the plot twists, which I won't spoil it. I love the art style. I don't think they're going to bring out a season 2 on Netflix, which is a complete shame because it's incredible and completely underrated in my opinion. So I've been collecting the mangas, which they're up to number 17. I've already pre-ordered 18 and 19 in the series. This art style amazing, characters incredible, the dynamics between the characters, the plot twists, everything about this I love with all my heart. I haven't come across a story like this before, with islands that move around and communities on these islands. It's very different, and just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I highly recommend this. This was definitely not given the credit I think it deserves on Netflix. As I say, I don't think they're going to bring out a season 2, but it's going to be a real shame because I love this. Look at that art style. I love this so much. Cardcaptor Sakura again. These are the collector edition hardback books. I made a really bad mistake with these. I thought they were a completely new story. I came across them on Amazon whilst I was looking for something else. Excuse me. And I thought they were a new story. So I bought all 8 that were in the set. These were really expensive. Only to find when I opened the first one that they're basically the set that I've already got, just in hardback. So I now have 7 other number 2 to 8 in these that are still sealed because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them now. I don't know whether to keep them or sell them, because I've already got them. but I might keep them because they're absolutely beautiful editions, and hardback. But yeah, they're still sealed. The last one I have is kind of completely different to everything else I own, and this is Blame. I saw the film on Netflix and I completely love it. I'm into dystopia worlds, cyber, industrial, and this is basically about Kiri, who is going out searching this dystopian cyber world that's underground, looking. I won't spoil it, but he's searching, and he comes across these different communities, individuals, and that, and sort of that is the story of him just searching. It's quite, it's not quite, it's extremely dark, and the art style is dark and creepy and scary, but I absolutely love it. I love the story. I've actually just picked up some different mangas by this author, an illustrator, so I'm just waiting for them to come, so then I'll do a manga haul on those. But this, if you're into cyber, sort of dystopian, industrial, and sort of dark stories, this is the one. So I have number 1 to 6 in the master editions, which is all they did. That's the whole set of the story. You need this. You need this in your life. They're quite expensive, but well worth it. Very heavy, but love them so much. So I'll catch you in my next videos. So have a good day, everyone.